Connor Casey, please take it away. Take your victory lap about The Flash and what's happening at the box office.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Connor Casey Victory Lap Corner, in which we talk about how I was right about Flash. Anyway, I'm checking out Box Office Mojo right now. As it stands, 144 million worldwide, heading into its second weekend, 69.5 million US, and a little bit more domestically. And for those keeping score, on Wednesday, it was already losing at the box office to Spider-Verse and Elemental. So not looking great heading into this second week. But a lot has kind of been, there's been a lot of fallout as a result of what happened after the disappointment critically and commercially. The first thing is that George Clooney, even though there was some speculation on this very panel as to whether or not he might still be the Batman, no, it was just a joke. So calm down. Second, there was potentially going to be a Batman Beyond movie had this done well. One of what I swear is half a dozen alleged Michael Keaton Batman projects. Like, I'm pretty sure he's already been written out of Aquaman 2. God knows what else they were going to try and have him do. But they were going to spin it as he's old Batman. We're going to cast a Terry McGinnis and go from there. This is just, to me, it's just more proof that this was a castle built on sand. And all these, chalk this up to just like the Cyborg movie we were supposed to get, and the third Wonder Woman movie we were supposed to get, and God knows what, and the Joker and Harley Quinn movie we were supposed to get.
The Nightwing movie?
I've lost count as to how many projects have been allegedly planned, and then one movie does bad and they go, oh, I guess you guys don't get this one. And then, on top of all that, Matt, this interests you. We might be getting a trilogy of Blue Beetle movies.
Yeah.
Allegedly. The director is saying so. And I look at that comment and I get the Sure Jan gif. Like, this is, it's like, it's definitely in the DCEU until it bombs, and then they're never going to talk about it again. It's definitely getting a trilogy unless this one doesn't do well, and then we never see this character again.
Yeah.
So all this news that's come out this week, it's just classic Warner Brothers with their DC properties. It's, hey, we'll try and tentatively plan a bunch of stuff, but if the movie that's out in theaters people don't like or people don't see, doesn't matter.
Yeah, I mean, I get that. I get that a lot. The trilogy thing, even if you read the comment, it was very like aspirational as opposed to that's locked in. It was very like, we'd love to do a trilogy, and that's like, yeah, I would. That's like when you ask someone if they want to be in a giant movie, and the answer is gonna be 99% of the time, yeah, duh, I want to do that. So I understand. I don't take like the trilogy thing itself as like, oh yes, they're making 3 movies right now. But I agree with you. I do think there's still a very hard line between like what this was, because we even talked about it beforehand. This was supposed to be, in some people's eyes, a bridge, in other people's eyes, just a closing period, in other people's eyes, an opening to a whole new world.
It was kind of neither.
It was kind of none of that, and it muddied the water. But I do very much still draw a line between like what Gunn and Safran's stuff is and what this is. This is still very much, you're right, it's very much built on a bunch of, hey, can we get this person back? Hey, let's connect to this. This movie has been in development, it feels like, for half my life. That's what happens when you do things sometimes. Every so often they work out. Most often it's Duke Nukem Forever. It's like not worth the wait. Right? So but I get that. I understand all of that. I am very happy that Blue Beetle, because of the timing of everything, is being kind of embraced by the new and go, hey, let's give it a shot, as opposed to just being left out there to sit on its own. We'll see what the box office is, because if it doesn't do well,
then none of this matters.
Then it won't, and then they'll just go, hey, that was kind of, we're not really doing that, and we'll start with what our tentpole was for the next, that grand arcing plan.
Kofi, let me ask you this, because it feels like everybody at Warner Brothers, every actor, director, they're playing a game where they go, oh, this still counts for DCU until it doesn't. Would they have benefited from just not bringing up the James Gunn lineup until after Aquaman 2?
I've been wondering that a whole lot. Like, in the last few months, I've written some articles, even post-Flash, about this, and we have a whole article on comicbook.com that goes with our podcast episode, so you can read kind of my further thoughts if you care. Shout out to Manhunter. He's always my top hater, and I love my haters. Celebrate my haters. But yeah, I don't know. It's just like, like I've said multiple times, I've been doing this for 16 years. 14 of those have been helping to promote a DC movie universe that's supposed to happen, that never seems to work out, or goes through the most absurd moments of my life of press, like hearing Zack Snyder's out of Justice League. I was getting up to leave the office that day. It was like me and Megan, and I had to sit down and rewrite. And yeah, and so I think that they, while trying to put forward this, hi, I'm Zaslav, this is Discovery, Warner Brothers Discovery, we got bold new plans, here it is, and like doing the shareholder type deal. Like, yeah, you kind of, and more articles are saying this, you kind of killed, you're just lining up people to die here. Like, you've lined up an entire row of films to just be shot in the head, executed by people just saying that, oh, wait, aren't they like starting it all over soon? I don't know.
Hell, you didn't even bother releasing Batgirl.
Yeah, and then Blue Beetle.
She's looking like a mistake.
Yeah, I mean,
Sorry.
Blue Beetle and Aquaman 2 are in real peril. I'm like, Whoopi Goldberg and Ghost. I'm like, girls, you in danger. Because I think Blue Beetle could be a really good movie, but people are just going to be like, I'll max this. Like,
I think they've done a better job in their comments of positioning Blue Beetle as like the stepchild that we accepted into our thing. It's not really connected to anything, but we're kind of embracing it.
Yeah.
Aquaman, as a huge fan of the original, Aquaman 2 has me like,
it's
like
about to die
that
a
one
death.
is, they have not done the same kind of job in there. It feels like it's just
No, but I don't think even the people who made Aquaman 2 care. Jason Momoa has been in the press and straight up said, I already got the check.
Yeah.
Like, that's done. Whatever happens, I got the check.
Yeah.
And that's it. And he's like, I got new plans. I got a new future.
I'm not going back over there. Yeah.
I got a new family, even though Vin Diesel doesn't like me.
Well, he's the one
he's
that,
like-
that tweeted, right? Like after his reaction out
Yeah.
of DC offices, right? I'm very happy, whatever. Like he's probably gonna, what people are theorizing he's playing a different character and all that. And next thing, who knows? We'll see if any
Or
of
he
that
can
happens.
have a whole new take on Aquaman.
Yeah.
Whatever he worked out, he's on to something.
Yeah.
And this movie, and I wrote about this after The Flash, about how difficult The Flash has made this for Aquaman 2 specifically. It's like, what universe is this now? Like, is George Clooney? Like, are there going to be George Clooney references in this? Like, does it even matter? We know The Flash, like, we're coming to a cul-de-sac here. Is this going to be better underwater effects than, like, Avatar 2? Like, is there anything about this movie that sells it? And it's like, we already heard there's been weird script troubles.
Yeah.
Like, CinemaCon reaction was like,
Is Amber Heard even involved?
Yeah, the Amber Heard. Like, this movie has just, dead on arrival, just, it's a floating fish. You know what I mean? Like, right now. So,
See what you did there.
yeah, I know, right? And then we got to go through all of 2024 with, like, nothing, right? It's quiet on the DC front until sometime in 2025. So, I don't know, man. I think you should have maybe like let this play a little bit longer. And then like after opening day of Aquaman 2, just been like, guess what? Whole new world coming your way. Have fun. And then people would have been mad they already spent their money, but you already have their money, which is what you want. So yeah, I mean, Zaslav right now, I mean, it's looking a little Chapek here, but we'll just leave it at that. But positive note, there is one more thing. Our buddy Kevin Smith, who we are obligated to cover in all things that he speaks,
He's the best.
said that he thinks we could one day see Ben Affleck come back for something like a Dark Knight Returns movie. Now, that was just his speculation because Ben Affleck loves Dark Knight Returns, but I would love to see Ben Affleck come back in either that or maybe even him be the Batman Beyond if we finally can get that movie down the line.
Oh.
See,
As the
I'm
older
fine
Batman.
with that because BVS was kind of a Dark Knight Returns anyway.
Yeah.
It was 3 movies in one.
Like we stole
yeah.
the iconography from it, made him a big.
It was the
grumpy
death
guy.
of Superman.
Yep.
It was Dark Knight Returns.
Yep.
And then
And,
introduce Wonder Woman, and you throw a little bit of Legion of Doom in there, and there's a bunch. There's a bunch of stuff in that
There's
movie.
a lot of that movie.
Maybe we should start our own league. With
Yeah.
with the fake.
It's good. That's good. That's good.
Yeah, man. You make me go home. and
But
watch
I am
that.
excited. Look, I will sign up for Batfleck in any iteration he wants to do. I will at least give it a shot because I love his Batman. He's one of the best parts of the Flash. I love seeing him.
You just figured out how to play the character, man. You
I
just wanna say,
love
like,
it.
Just figured this out.
I think he could do Dark Knight Returns.
Oh yeah,
I think he'd do
be
that really
great.
well.
Dude, he'd be great. He would look like a crazy beefed up Batman. Like, yeah.
Sign me up. So
Yeah, so I'm in. So we're keeping it alive for you Batfleck fans. We're not abandoning you. We love that stuff. All right, now I got to keep it on the darkness train, which is my MO, and we got to talk. We had somebody in here celebrating that Across the Spider-Verse had broken 500 million at the box office, and we were getting ready to do a whole little victory lap for Spider-Verse.
It was hope for the human race.
Yeah. Oh, is that you, Connor? You wrote that?
I added
yeah.
that.
This is a pen. See, this is what happens. Karma's getting you for that
And
Flash stuff.
now I'm singing Sweeney Todd. We all deserve to die, Mrs. Lovett, even you and I.
So, wow, we're going real deep with our references today.
Josh Groban just put out the new soundtrack.
Okay, there you go. All right.